Hey, hey, what's up, Facebook land? How is everybody? I'm going to jump on here and see if we are live. Yay, there we are. Cool. All right. Well, I am so excited. I have some stuff that I want to share with you guys. And man, today was dreary. It was super dreary in Montana. So I don't know if anybody else is in Montana, but man, it was raining. It was icky, just super dark and cloudy. And man, I want to talk to you about protecting your energy because this just kind of hit me this week for lots of combination of reasons. But I listened to a message by Stephen Furtick. And by the way, hi, I'm obviously, I don't have to tell you who I am. This is Facebook. This isn't a Zoom. But hello. There's a lot of you I probably haven't met yet. So nice to see you. I live in Montana, as I just mentioned. And let me know where you're joining from before I just jump into this. I'm so excited to just share this stuff that I have on my mind. But let me know where you're joining from. Like, are you in Montana? How'd you like the weather today? Did it make you happy? Just kidding. Anyway, let me know where you're joining from. Let me know how your Tuesday has been. It is February, y'all. But I do want to jump into this. I don't want to waste any more time. So today was super dreary, and the weather and just some things that are like, okay, for me, there's so many things that contribute to feeling weary. So if anybody else is feeling weary, just it's okay to admit it. It's okay to not be okay. Yes. Okay. So if you're weary, I know there's a lot of us out there that are weary, but I listened to a message by Stephen Furtick this weekend, and man, it was so good. Like it was hitting in all the places. And I can only take so much Stephen Furtick sometimes. It's my husband's favorite pastor. But anyway, it was so good. And I was writing down notes. And I actually have some notes here too. So if you see me glancing down, but it just really hit me. And I think the combination for me with being weary, and especially with the weather today, I had an injury. It's been a week now, a week and a day that I got injured, and it's really messed with me. I also received a phone call that you just dread. It's that dreaded phone call that just, it's not good. So between those two things and the weather and just not being able to exercise, not being able to get outside, all these things that are typically my strengthener, typically those habits that just help me to fight the normal battles, because let's face it, we all have battles. Every single day, there's just battles living, right? I'm not talking phone calls or injuries. I'm talking freaking living and maintaining and being a mother and being a wife and paying bills and all that stuff, like running a business. Those are just normal battles, right? And so I have to have certain strategies in my life. And I've learned certain strategies in my life to fight those battles. But man, when I get weary, when I get tired, when I'm not getting enough rest, when I have just this searing pain in my ankle, like nonstop, let me just tell you, childbirth is painful, but it's over with. Like, I don't know, 19 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever your childbirth is, but then it's over with. I have kudos to you if you deal with chronic pain. It is something else. It is a beast of its own. And I just have so much more respect for people. And I actually love what I do even more now because I can help them get rid of their pain. I digress. So weariness has been creeping in on me. And I was listening to this message by Stephen Furtick, and I think sometimes, like as Christians, or if you have a faith or whatever your faith is, I think sometimes we're like, man, I am a woman of faith, or I'm a man of faith, and how can I have Christ in me and still feel weak? For some of us that are stubborn, it's so frustrating. But you know what? You can be anointed and exhausted. It's super normal. There's plenty of examples about it in the Bible, right? It's super normal. You guys have heard that term, every level has a new devil, right? Well, Stephen Furtick's twist on that, he really talked about how the same level can bring you new devils. And if you don't upgrade your system, your weaponry, you're going to be screwed. And I was thinking about that, especially kind of where I was at with just feeling weary and all that stuff. COVID in 2020 was kind of a new devil, right? It was like a battle in its own and has left and is still leaving the smoke and the ashes. And it's like not gone. The flames are still burning. And I feel like it's left us. When I'm weary, when I'm tired, I make up imaginary battles. I make things so much harder. I add to my problems. Do you guys ever do that? Like, it's tough enough right now. Why do we add these imaginary battles? Why do we make it so much harder than it needs to be? And it's because I forget my strategy. I forget to upgrade my weapons. I forget to pivot quicker. I try to use the strategies from 2 years ago, because when things get tough, when things are tough, what do? We revert back to old ways. We all do it. We kind of revert back to old bad habits, old coping mechanisms, right? If we're not careful, that's just what your human nature is going to do, is you're just going to kind of revert back to what is familiar. And it doesn't work. We don't upgrade those weapons. So I have a question for you guys. And I'll come on here and kind of see, I'll try to address whoever's watching and any comments that you guys have. But I got to get this out because I actually need to jump on a Zoom here in about 15 minutes. But question for you guys. Is there an area right now that you know you are stronger than how you're acting? Like, deep down, whatever you're seeing and feeling in those imaginary battles and arguments and things like that, like, you are so much stronger than this. Like, girl, you're acting like Gen 1.0, and you know darn well you have been upgraded to Gen 2.0. Like, why? Why do we do that? Why do we do that to ourselves? Like, I am an upgraded version. I have done so much self-work and I've allowed just God to change so many things in my life. And I've put that work in and I've had that growth. So why am I acting like Gen 1.0? It doesn't matter. Like, I've got to live that Gen 2.0, not when it's easy. That's easy. Anybody can live their upgraded version when it's easy. When it really counts is when it's tough. When it really counts is when you're facing a battle. That's when it counts to live like your upgraded version. When it really counts is when your ankle is killing you. Or what Andy just told me today. He said he has a wife that has cankles. Like, when it really counts is when you get that phone call. Like, that's when it counts. It's so easy to practice your personal growth. I'm a new person when things are easy, let me tell you. So, have you guys ever experienced that thing that made you successful, but then it ended up having the potential to kill you in the end? Let me explain a little bit more. I'm a fighter. That's who I am. It's kind of in my DNA. It's kind of in my threads. I'm an Enneagram 8. For anybody that is familiar with those, I'm a fighter. And thank God. Because when I was little, I had to fight so hard. Thank God the 6-year-old Jen fought, because she wouldn't be here today. She wouldn't be who she is today. I needed to fight. I needed to fight for my survival, and I needed to fight for my value. I had to fight as a kid to make it. There was an opponent that I had to face. And if I wasn't a fighter, I would have lost big. Okay. So I had to have that. That made me successful. But if I apply that same fighter that brought me success as a kid, and I use that same fighter weaponry as an adult, it would kill me. I can't go around fighting everything like that. So what brought you your crown? Listen, you guys, this like, I don't even know if anybody's listening. I don't have Facebook in front of me right now. What brought you your crown can kill you. So what brought you your crown in one season can be the death of you in a new season. I just snorted. Like, what? Like, that's craziness. But when I'm weary, guess what I do? I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight, right? That's what I do when I'm weary. I go back to that old weaponry that did bring me success at one point, but it has no business being used right now. So why do we do that? Why do we use old strategies in our new seasons? When you're defensive and nobody is attacking you, that's bad. That's not a good thing. We can't fight grown-up battles with teenage tactics. It won't work. But sister, don't we do that? Like, don't we do that? It's craziness. So some of us have let our enemies in too close because we're gonna make them pay. We're gonna fight. Like, we're bringing our enemies in so close that in the end, we're pushing the good people away. We're pushing those good people in our life, where we end up pushing them away, and we will lose. So I am here to leave you with this message. You must protect your energy and you must protect your light. So what is your light? Your light is your perspective. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can't our perspective get so skewed when we're weary? Oh man, oh man. Hello, news. Hello, negative Nancy. Hello, Debbie Downer. Sorry for anybody that's named Nancy or Debbie. Like, you got to protect your perspective. Who are you hanging out with? Who are you listening to? You got to protect it. The second thing, your passion. Protect your passion. You cannot use old strategies for this level. It won't work. Your passion will be completely extinguished. The third one is protect your purpose. Protect your purpose. What happens when we revert back to old strategies? Well, that little fighter that wants to fight everything, do you think that I can keep my purpose in mind? Do you think I can keep my perspective in mind or my passion in mind when I'm so exhausting, fighting everybody, fighting everything? Like, no, I can't do that. That's an old strategy. Yes, it brought me success when it needed to, but that needs to be put aside. It served its purpose in its season. This is a new season. It requires a new strategy. So ask God for new weaponry. Ask God for a new heart. He will bring you your light back. Ask him for a new mind. Ask him for a new heart. Ask him for a new awareness. Ask him for those new weapons. But stop fighting the wrong things and accept the help that he's offering. We've all heard that story where that person's like praying for like help. You know, he's in a flood and he's on the top of the house and he's like, Lord, help me, Lord, help me. I'm probably getting it all wrong, but you guys understand the concept. And he's just praying. He's praying for God to help him. And he's like, Lord, I just need help. Please send help. And a helicopter comes by and the guy's like, no, God's going to bring me help. He's going to save me. God's going to save me. So he, and then a boat comes by and he's like, no, God is going to save me. You guys, you know what happens. He dies. Like he dies and he gets to heaven and he's like, God, I pray. I think he said, dude, I prayed for you to save me. And God's like, yo, I sent you a helicopter. I sent you a boat. I sent you strategies for this new season, and you kept using the old strategies. You kept reverting back to old ways. You will not make it in this level. You will not make it in 2021 using 1999 strategies. It won't work. We got to upgrade our weaponry, y'all. We've got to upgrade to match the new season. So, same level, there's different devils out there, and you got to upgrade how you fight that. You can't use the old stuff. So, anyway, I hope this helps someone, anyone. This was just like, man, if you want to hear the full sermon, Stephen Furtick just like spits fire. It's called Same Level, New Devil. And it's absolutely phenomenal. I am going to go real quick to see if there's any comments on here, because I have ADHD and I cannot look at comments and spit out anything at the same time. Okay, that's not letting me look at it. I will look here real quick, just to make sure that I can acknowledge our address. Okay, my computer is not letting me say any comments. So, all right, you guys. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody, and just let me know. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear, how are you doing? How are you doing with your weariness? And I just want you to know, if you need prayer or anything, let me know, and I will definitely be praying for you guys. Okay. Have a great night, you guys.